All right, we're back in chapter 4. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, in the name of the Holy Spirit, the earthly mother, sanctifying Yahweh Shai, the Holy Son. All right, on honor and respect to the chosen and the grafted. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, brothers and sisters. Today is still September 9th, September the 26th, 2020, and it's currently 10:54, and we're going to proceed with chapter 4. Lamech and Duval, the giant, and and the high places. So high places most of the time mean like the temples and like government places and stuff. And the scene swirled above both Lamech and Uval the Rephaim, giant, like clouds forming storm. Yet the earth knew not rain. So it wasn't raining on the earth because there was so much scene, so much things going on. Lamech desired to commune with God as the line of Seth did. So let's see what happened. Because Lamech was going around and killing all those evil people, man. Everybody that were evil, everybody that from his own bloodline, he will kill them because they were evil. All right? So, excuse me. Remember, people, don't let this fool you. Lamech is also Master Mahan. Okay, he was a master, just like all the Mahan before him. Okay, Cain, Master Mahan, Enoch, Master Mahan, Irad, Master Mahan, Mehujahel, Master Mahan, Methuselah, Master Mahan, Lamech, Master Mahan. Okay, they all Mahan and Master Mahan. They become Mahan, hiders of secrets. They become like super master. They hide everything except from this book. For some reason, got out. Okay, Lamech considering to himself the evils of his own hands and the sins of the descendants of Cain. Lamech desired to commune with God as Adam had done. And as the line of Seth, he followed the ways of Jared, had spoken of in secret. Lamech and Uval, the giant, practiced what was right when they gave prayer and offering. Both Lamech and Uval become more saddened because there was no goodness about them and no chance for goodness in their lives. And Lamech and Uval observed the descendant of Seth and considered the worship of God. So now Lamech wanted to communicate with God. He wanted to become God's people. Just like a lot of Edomites today. They wanted to people. This makes so much sense. Lamech wanted to become a part of line Seth. So he despised evil and everything evil. But the thing is, like, Lamech was becoming depressed because there was no goodness, upon him and Uva, because Uva also was a Rephaim. Both of them, those dudes were doomed. So Lamech, whatever he did, he could not really truly be a part of the chosen, a part of the seed, because he was born like that, people, because of what his father did, Cain. All right. So now, remember, Lamech was the first one to ever gain this knowledge. All the Mahan before him, all the Master Mahan, like Cain, did not gain the knowledge of God. Enoch did not. Irad did not. Mehujahel did not. Methuselah did not. Only Lamech know the good side and the bad side. So Lamech, truly, when you look at it, he's the real Master Mahan. Okay, when you look at it, he master both sides, and he also master Leviathan also. Okay. Darkness, and was that thing recorded? Yes. Darkness and living among the wickedness of the line of Cain caused the evils of Lamech and Uval to grow and smolder in their hands, as it was at that time. Both Lamech and Uval the giant would then lay their smoldering hands on beasts and leave their sin upon the animals, and the beasts will die as the evil were imparted into upon them. And it came to that when the sinful burdens of Lamech and Uval the giant were so great, the animal would burst into flame from their sinful thoughts, worship majesty. So that means Lamech and okay, the high places. Okay, Lamech, because that's the law of Moses right there. Okay, the scapegoat that, yeah, once you you know what, let's see if we can pull that out. I think it's in Leviticus or Deuteronomy. Let's look at it up. Okay, I think I found it. Like, Jared was practicing the law of Leviticus. Likewise, there is the law of trespass offering it is most holy. In the place where they kill the burnt offering shall they kill the trespass offering, and the blood thereof shall be sprinkled round about in the altar. I think 7. As the sin offering is, so is the trespass offering. There's be a law. Then the priest maketh atonement. Okay, they will kill animal. They will put their hand upon the animal, and then they will kill it. So it was a Levitical law back then, before it was named Levitical law. So Jared, they were practicing those laws. So they would like take an animal, and they would put their hands upon that animal, and then they will say the sin, and the animal will die. They will transfer the sin to the animal. Scapegoating. All right. Sometimes those guys' sins are so messed up. The moment they release the sin, they put their hand upon the animal. Let's say a cow, and that cow just explode. That's how bad, man, things were back then, man. That's what it says right here. And the great sin, let's see, and the great animal will burst into a flame. Can you imagine, man? You have so much sin. You put your hand upon a freaking T-Rex, and then you say your sin, and then the T-Rex explode, man, because whoo, this is so. That's how much sin that you have. All right. So Lamech and Uval practice proper worship. Lamech and Uval the giant climbed to the high places and laid their hand upon the beasts and sacrificed them, and did the lineage of Seth. So they were doing the Levitical law even before it was into written, because the law was written into Seth lineage. So give me a second. All right. My apology. They would like put their hand upon the beast and release the sin onto the beast, and the beast will die. Sometimes the beast will explode. So that's how much sin those guys were. But they were like repenting the sin. Okay, sacrifice them as did the lineage of Seth, imparting the evils that they carried in their hands, because of all the evil, all the people they were being killing even before they come in to the Lord. All right, imparting the evil that they carried in their hands. So the sacrificial beast, both Lamech and Uva the giant, were upright as they sought the face of the Almighty. For both Lamech and the giant Uva did not kill nor rape nor steal nor worship the Son of God. So both of those guys, they start raping, killing, and having gay sex and all that nonsense. They start doing everything that is wrong, and they start worshiping those Nephilim and the fallen angels. Now they start doing good things and then worshiping the Lord. But the Lord would not the Lord would not accept the offering. The Lord would not turn his face towards them. For Uval was a Rephaim, and Lamech was the leprous mark of Cain. So Uval, he was a giant. He was the abominable offspring of the Nephilim, the Watchers, the fallen angels. So he was born doomed, and Lamech, he was white, leprous white, as shown over there, because he bear the mark of his forefather Cain. So the Lord, both of them were cursed. So the Lord ignored them, which is really tough, really sad, man. But hey, that's the Lord. He was yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That guy doesn't change his mind, man. Judgment's coming upon you, and it's gonna be judgment. Let me take a sip of water right quick. All right. For Uval was a Rephaim, and Lamech had the leprous mark of Cain. And this was Lamech and Uval the giant continued to sacrifice to the Almighty for years. Lord did not bother to hear them or respect the sacrifice. Curse. So the Lord did not respect them. That's why, people, we are not being rude. A lot of you out there, the Lord really don't want you. This is a fact. Because you were born cursed. Like, the thing that your forefather did is going to follow you until the lake of fire. That's what this is, man. This is very bad, but it is what it is. So Lamech and Uval turned to Leviathan. So now, and after both Lamech and Uval the giant had prayed the way that Jared had shown them and sacrificed animals with open hearts to the Lord for 25 years, their spirits were still untouched by him, for the Lord did not smile upon them, respect their sacrifice, or answer their prayers. What a stupid waste of time, Lamech says. Okay, Lamech started getting angry. Lamech lamented. What a stupid... I waste 25 mother-loving years. 25 years worshiping, doing the right thing. Can you imagine that, brothers and sisters? Can you imagine you coming in this truth and you do everything right for 25 years and the Lord still not turning his face toward you? You'll get pissed off, man. If you come in this truth at 25 years old, you're 50 years old, nothing ever happened. And, Lamech start crying. It start like, God damn, man. I've been doing this shit. He's been good for 25 straight years. But nothing happened. And he had Leviathan destroy the place of worship. And he had Uval the giant and the Lord had ignored him. So what happened is, Lamech was going around destroy other place of worship, man. Like, he destroyed all the gods and killing other people that were like doing things that, angering the Lord, but the Lord did not look upon him, man. This is very sad, but that's what happened. You had the mark of Cain, and you were born between of that. Just watchers rip those women, whatever. So Lamech and Uval the giant chose to worship Leviathan that they tamed. So those guys, they see that the Lord weren't answering them. So they're like, you know what, man? F this, man. Let's worship the Leviathan because the Leviathan is big, and then they listen to us. So that's what happened. I think Brother Big Judah went into this. So the Gentiles, so to speak, they cannot worship our Father. Father doesn't want them. Point blank, period. Father don't want them. The chosen Gentile, however, Father do somewhat want them. It's pretty complicated. Sometime when they say chosen Gentile, that would be like the Israelites that were lost and they were chosen back again. Sometimes it means real Gentiles, people. Do your research. Let's not fight over this, all right? So now, Lamech and Uva, they choose to worship Leviathan because the Lord didn't answer them for 25 years, and he would never, and never, ever, forever, ever, diamonds forever, okay? So they choose to worship Leviathan, all right? For Leviathan was great in stature, male and female, their skin was invincible, and Lamech and Uval the giant then sacrificed to Leviathan, and taught the son of Cain and Seth how to pass their children through the water to Leviathan, and both of them sang out. So now they turn straight up wicked. They turn straight up wicked. So now they teach their own descendant, the descendant of Cain, and the descendant of Seth to sacrifice their children to the Leviathan. Because they believe the Leviathan is their God. No difference here. The Gentiles cannot worship our Father. What they do, they come up with the abominable church, the church of Cain, and the many harlots. The Catholic Church, the priest of Mahan, Baptist Church, Lutheran Church, Mosque, the Muslim, the Buddhism, all of them are a part of the the priesthood of Mahan. So those guys, they come up with their own gods. Shit. The great Lord not gonna answer me, so I'm gonna make those kids worship those bull that I'm worshiping. That's how you had the Baal, you had the Nimrods, and all this bull, because the Lord doesn't want those people. He told them straight up, you guys are like a spittle, like a spit on a toilet, circling a toilet bowl. You guys are nothing to me, man. I don't want you. It's very, very bad graphic, but that's what it is. Okay? And he sung out, he, Leviathan, spreads his sharp on this underside in the mire, cause the deep to boil like a pot. He, Leviathan, makes the sea his own pot of ointment. He, Leviathan, that's singing right there. He, Leviathan, make a deep. Let me see if I can get a beat with this. But this thing won't play. I know it. It won't play. Okay. Yeah, he Leviathan makes a deep and whoring makes shines in the water. There's nothing like Leviathan and his female on earth, for they were made without fear. Leviathan is king over this evil land, and all his years prideful and imaginatory. Uh. Okay, you guys cannot hear this, but I'm trying to fix this, whatever. So they were singing to Leviathan and said, the Leviathan and his female on earth, for they were made without fear. Leviathan is king over this evil land and all his prideful inhabitants. So now, those two guys, they were doing their own thing. They were still against evil, but they were practicing evil. Okay? Lamech and Uval worship Leviathan. Your tenth horn call us to worship. Let today be holy day of worship. So they start making their own holy days now, okay? And to give you the pleasure of consuming a firstborn male child. For we honor our children by giving them to you. We make you fat with our offering of children. So they were like giving them the Leviathan's children's. Little babies, firstborn kids. For we seek to worship Leviathan, for we seek to worship you alone. We live in the sea, you live in the sea, and you preserve it, and all the hosts of the sea worship you as well. All lies. Let all the people of the earth acknowledge the Leviathan and turn to him. Let all the nations of both Cain and Seth worship you. Let us give you our firstborn until you cry it not. And the profit and our death will be that as we live in the pit, we will worship you. As dust, we will proclaim your faithfulness. How great is your Leviathan. All the men, the sea, worship you and experience your favor. We are but companionship to all who fear, revere, and worship, and of those who observe and give heed to you and the glassy. For you are everything, and our children are yours to consume. Terrible. Your accomplishments are on those that choose to worship you wise. You are wise. For worship you are wise. For our sacrifices with our children. Somebody knocking? No. In our shameless pursuit of you have made it so that all will worship you. See how long we are in this. 19, that's good. Countryside, worship. Those who worship you are doomed to destruction. Okay? Those who not worship the Leviathan are doomed for destruction. Man, those guys. Save us, Leviathan, for the waters have come up to our necks. We are sinking in the deep mire without foothold. We have come into watery depths, and the flood overtaking us. Save us, Leviathan. They are singing. Whosoever says that they have broken Rahab, Leviathan, let him be ruled by your raging sea. For when its waves rise, you still them. You have scattered your enemies with your mighty arms. Will they not refer to these as the ancient days? Will they not call this generation of old? Will they not lie and say Rahab, Leviathan, was cut apart? They will lie and say that the great serpent was wounded. That's a revelation right there. Anyway, they would lie, cannot dry the waters of the great deep, holding them within itself as Leviathan can, nor can they make the depth of the sea a road. Nor can they drown all who cross over by undoing the dry sea they have made as Leviathan does. So, woof, those guys, they went way off because the Lord did not have respect unto them. The Lord did not want to listen to them. So Lamech and Uval, they decide to raise their own temple, worshiping Leviathan, and sacrifice unto them, and have all sort of things, you know, unto the Leviathan, all sort of sacrifice, and make the children of Seth and of Cain worshiping them, whether you are Mark or not. And it's the same thing going on today. The priests of Mahan, and they cannot worship our Father, so they build those churches, the Catholic Church, Protestant, Baptism, Lutheran, or whatever you want to call them. And they have many of our people, whether they are the Edomites, Gentiles, or Hebrew Israelites, worship the mark of the beast, which is Caesar Borgia, white Jesus, and all that. So I'll see you guys in the next lesson, chapter 5.